Welcome back, Sarge. Dark side of war. Camp's on edge. No kidding.
Crisis on the Planet of the Apes, released on the 3rd of April 2018 for Oculus Rift, HTC Vive and PSVR. The game was developed by UK-based Studio Imaginati and published by Foxnet VR. It seems a strange time to release this game as there isn't a movie coming soon, and the last movie, called War for the Planet of the Apes, came out around about a year ago. Saying that, I really enjoyed the movies, so this game definitely piqued my interest. The game takes place 5 years since the outbreak of simian flu, which wiped out half of humanity. Recap for those that haven't seen the movies: simian flu came about after scientists were trying to create a cure for Alzheimer's disease. The cure formula was tested on apes and it was found to boost their intelligence significantly. A series of events occurred which led to the formula being exposed to a scientist who became Patient Zero and spread the contagious virus, which proved fatal to most humans. Only pockets of humanity exist that are immune to the virus. The apes have gathered and for some time have coexisted with the humans, until of course the humans, unsurprisingly, start to attack the apes. Interestingly, in this game you play the entire game from the perspective of an ape who has been captured and held prisoner in a remote scientific facility. It was a strange feeling to look down at your furry ape arms in the beginning, but I quickly got into the role, swinging my arms back and forth to move along using a locomotion system similar to that used in Gorn. Your goal is to break free, climb, jump and shoot through the chaos of an apocalyptic world and escape with your fellow apes to return home. The game was made using the Unreal Engine, which makes the game look impressive. However, most of the game takes place at night, so expect dark, drab corridors, hallways and dull outdoor environments. Parts of the game where you're interacting with other apes are great. I'm guessing the movement was motion captured as it looked realistic and believable. It's a shame that these sections of interaction with your fellow primates only occur a handful of times in the game. Like I said before, the movement is similar to Gorn. You swing your arms up and down by your sides to walk forwards. This also dashes you to nearby cover when in gunfights. This was a bit awkward in the beginning, however I quickly got used to it. I understand that this locomotion system was chosen for those that are susceptible to motion sickness, however it would have been nice to have the options for other methods of locomotion. The same applies to the inbuilt comfort settings. Like when you jump or run, for example, your field of view is reduced. Again, I understand why this was used, but a setting to have the option to turn this off would have been greatly appreciated. The climbing sections in the game felt really great. It was like having elements of the Oculus title The Climb embedded into the title. It felt very natural and gave you more of a sense of actually being this strong and agile creature. It felt like it was a really well implemented mechanic. The gunplay is fun at first but quickly gets stale. It uses the same old design of here's a room full of enemies, they'll keep coming until you kill them all, and then you can move on. You have access to 2 weapons, an assault rifle and later on a shotgun. Both of these can be holstered on your back and you can reach them by grabbing over your left or right shoulder. The cover system was pretty interesting. You can grab a piece of cover and pull yourself up over it to shoot the enemy, similar to that of the climbing mechanics. However, I still found that I was physically taking cover myself by just physically ducking or crouching. The game took around an hour and a half to complete, and the game is very linear. Unfortunately, you cannot explore any of the environments, you're on a set path and you have to stick with it. Although there is some variety to be had here. The game sort of mixes it up by introducing elements of climbing, running, jumping and shooting, which sort of bring a bit of variety to the gameplay. I liked that the game was from the ape's perspective and gave you an insight into what it was like to be on the other side of human behaviour. However, there is no replayability here. Once you've completed the game, there is no reason to return for a second playthrough. Overall, I thought the game was short but sweet. However, I would have liked to have seen more options for locomotion and comfort, a longer, more fleshed out story, more variety in environments, and it also would have been nice to finish the game in a bright sort of lit jungle environment, joining my ape family and meeting up with Caesar from the movie. So overall I would rate the game as average.